Hey y'all, this is Heather. This will be video number 3. I'm going to cover my pre-op and a couple other TMI things from kidney disease. So, I met my nephrologist. That'll be my nephrologist for the next year. If you get a kidney transplant, usually the hospital should provide you with a nephrologist. So this will be a new nephrologist for me. Will not be one that I've had for the last 13 years. And this one specializes in after transplant care. So I bombarded her with all kinds of questions. The poor lady just kept looking at her clock, kept looking at the clock on the wall, like, oh my God, how many questions can this lady have? But I mean, I felt it was my one and only time to ask these questions before I go in and actually have this surgery. So one of my main concerns is, hey, I'm already fat. And the prednisone that they prescribe after surgery will make me fatter. So do I have to have prednisone, or is there another protocol that they can do? Well, come to find out, there is another protocol that they can do. However, it's not recommended, and they've had some bad instances from it. So, but they said about a month afterwards, the goal is to have me on 0.05 milligrams or something, zero point 0.5, super small, so that I shouldn't even notice that I have it. Well, cross our fingers. I don't need to get any fatter. At this point, my kid already equates me to a beached whale when I'm in the pool, so I don't think I can get any bigger. Another thing I asked was, when can I start traveling? One of the things that I've started doing with my kid, because I was very lucky from a young age to travel all over the world, is start to take my kid all over. I started domestically, Hawaii and, things like that. But he's at the age where he's going to start remembering. So I took him to London for New Year's. I took him to Paris. And I want to start doing that because my family did that for me when I was younger. So when can I start traveling? Domestically, they told me within 3 months. So we'll see, because I have to work. So I go to work, Chicago a lot, so that'll be a plus. And then for international flights, depending on where I'm going, so and how I feel. They said that for places like India and stuff, it'll be about a year before I can travel. So my employees in India, see y'all next year. When can I start drinking? So I work 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And, if I get off at 3 p.m., it's super nice. Some days I don't get off till 4 or 5. But if I can get off at 3 p.m., I get home at 4 p.m. And my kid doesn't get home till 6 p.m. So I have 2 hours where I can decompress from work. And I love to sit out by the pool. Love to have my feet in the pool. Love to sit there and have a beer, relax, and throw the ball for my dog. Well, am I still going to be able to do that? I mean, from everything that I've read, and, the immune suppressant drugs, they're all like, oh, you're going to get skin cancer, you can't drink, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, hell, if I can't drink, what do I do? I mean, I'm a very high-strung person as it is. Do I smoke pot? I mean, well, what do I do? So pot's not legal in Texas. So of course the hospital's PC answer was they cannot tell me to smoke pot because it's not legal in Texas. However, if it becomes legal in Texas, that will definitely be something they will reevaluate. As for the drinking, which was a big thing for me, I don't like the ambiguity around the answers that they provide. I'm a very black and white person, right or wrong, yes or no. So for them to say, well, it just depends on how you feel, or it depends on how you're doing. No, I told them I can't do that. That's just not me. I need, yes, Heather, you can do this. No, Heather, you can't do this. So yes, I will be able to drink. Unfortunately, the answer they gave me was, it will be because I'll have to do how I feel. So will I be able to sit out by the pool like I do now? Yes, if I put on suntan lotion, which I haven't worn suntan lotion ever in my life because it grosses me out. Can I drink a beer after work? Sure, if that's what I've been doing all my life, I can continue to do that. Now we need to see how the beer will make me feel after the fact. So that was something that that we talked about. Another thing was my herd. I have a herd of animals. I have 3 dogs. I have a 100-pound German Shepherd mix. I have an 80-pound mutt, and I have my 40-pound little mini Maddie that I love, my pit bull. And then I have my 2 cats. Well, my 2 dogs and my 2 cats both sleep with me. What am I to do with my animals? I'm not giving them away. I'm not, they're my animals. I love them to death. So they said for the first month, the animals are not allowed to sleep with me because they run through their poop or whatever, and it's in my bed, which kind of grossed me out to start with, but I wash my bed. Not wash my bed, but I wash my sheets regularly, so I'm good with that. So for the first month, it'll be, I wake up in the morning and I close my door when I walk out of my room, which it'll be new for me because I've always slept with my dogs. I mean, I have a king size bed so all my animals can sleep with me. My kid never got to sleep with me because, sorry, you can't fit because all the dogs outrank you. So that's one thing that'll be different for me. One of the things I saw in a lot of other people's videos was they had to have dialysis the day before their surgery. That's something that I won't have to do. Yay. And another thing that really scared me was everybody's like, well, you're going to have diabetes when you have your transplant. I'm like, well, hell, I don't have diabetes as it is. I mean, shit, I can barely watch my potassium. Now you want me to watch the sugar intake? I mean, I don't think I could take being sick when I wake up. So the doctor said she cannot promise that I will not be a diabetic after I get a kidney transplant because if it's in my DNA to be diabetic, this nuclear explosion that they're about to do to my body with the anti-rejection medications and the kidney transplant and the surgery will kickstart the diabetes to happening. However, I don't have diabetes in my family. I can't say about my DNA because I know nothing about it. But on my mom's side, no one has diabetes. On my dad's side, no one has diabetes. So that's a little less stress off of me. So I'm super happy about that. Another thing I asked about is the stent. So I've had stents before that go from my kidney to my bladder. And they're overlong and they irritate my bladder. So they gave me some cool blue pills that turned my pee blue, which I call the Smurf pills, but they knew what I was talking about. Anyway, apparently they're putting a different kind of stent, so it should not irritate my bladder, so I won't need the Smurf pills, and I will only have to have the stent from my bladder to my kidney for 3 weeks, which, if it doesn't irritate me, I don't care if I have it for the rest of my life. Another thing was the JP drain on the right side when they put in the kidney. I'll have that until the day I leave the hospital. They'll take that out the day I have the hospital. And I did ask, I was really curious why they put a drain in. If it's really not any fluid or a lot of blood loss during the surgery. I'm a nerd. I watched the surgery. If I could deal with people, I probably would have been a nurse or a doctor. But dislike people a little bit. So they informed me that it's, they're making a cavity for where they put the kidney in. And since it's a cavity, the body's general reaction is to fill it up with fluid. So that's why they have that drain, just to drain out that fluid. Or if the surgeon doesn't do what they're supposed to, urine can get into that area. I informed the surgeon that shouldn't happen. So we'll see if that happens. So my surgery will take approximately 3 to 4 hours. and I'll be away from my family for 6 hours. My kid has decided that he doesn't want to see me in the hospital, which I was totally fine with. I don't want my kid to see me sick. My kid very rarely sees me cry or act sick or anything like that. I try to be a strong female role model for him because kids end up marrying women that like their moms. So I don't want my kid to bring home some whiny little girl. So I try to be a strong female influence in his life. So he kind of agrees with me, and he doesn't want to go to the hospital to see me when I'm sick. So I'm good about that. So another thing that worried me was being in the ICU. Just the word intensive care unit scares me. I mean, am I sick? No, I don't want to be around sick people. I don't want to deal with any of that. So the Methodist Hospital is a specialized, whatever the word is, in kidney transplant surgery. So I won't be in a NICU, or not NICU, in the ICU. I will be in the kidney transplant floor, which is ICU rated. I think that's how they told me. And my kidney transplant donor my donor will be able to be on the same floor with me. They cannot promise that we'll be in the same room together, or not the same room. They can't promise that we will be in rooms next to each other, but we will be close to each other or in the same tower. So that was a plus. They did offer her a VIP room, but that was in another tower, and she has declined that to be close to me because, I'm amazing, and people, of course, want to be close to me. Another thing that worried me was it's the middle of football season. I go in 1 week and football season starts the next week, like live games. So am I going to be able to go see Bryce play? The doctor said it depended on me. Do I mind wearing a face mask out in public? No, I don't mind. Like I said, I got great looking eyes. But the other fact was, people are going to say, oh, you look great, and come give you a hug. Well, you can't be around people because your immune system is so whacked. So I'm going to have to tell people to get the F away from me or stay away from people. So I've decided I will be going to Bryce's games. I will be rocking the cool face mask. However, I'll be sitting on the outside of the field on the opposite side, so I don't have to stand near people, or people don't have the chance to see me and want to come up and talk to me. Because, I want to talk to people sometimes. What else did I ask? Oh, elective surgeries and tattoos. So my donor and I would like to get matching tattoos, and, you never know what's going to come up in life. Do I need to get another tooth implant? Because that's a baby tooth. It could fall out at any time. Maybe I want to get the mommy makeover and get my boobs bigger. You never know what's going to come up in the next year. So can I get a tattoo? Can I get elective surgeries? And she said, I can do whatever I want after the first year. So that's a plus too. So I felt better after seeing the surgeon and the nephrologist. So hopefully, I asked all the questions that I needed to. And yeah, so I'm feeling more positive about the surgery. I don't feel like I'm going to die today. So thank you. Bye. Yeah, I'm sure.